With the transfer portal officially open, the Lexington program is entering a new phase of strategic planning, seeking not only to consolidate its performance from the current season, but also to shape a competitive roster for the next chapters. One of the crucial points for the Wildcats in this transition period is strengthening key positions, such as guard and power forward. Although Brandon Garrison and Malachi Moreno have shown potential in the paint, there are still doubts about their ability to consistently carry the weight of the 5 position against more experienced and physically imposing opponents. Should these uncertainties persist, it would not be surprising to see Kentucky exploring options on the market to further strengthen this area of the team. However, the main focus seems to be on a high-quality point guard, capable of raising the level of offensive creation and efficiency in long-range shooting, fundamental characteristics to thrive in Pope's system. In this context, one name that quickly caught the eye was former Wyoming point guard Obi Agbim. Agbim's decision to enter the transfer portal has sparked interest from several prestigious schools, and Kentucky appears to be a natural destination for the player. His impressive performance this season, averaging 17.6 points per game, 3.4 assists, 3.2 rebounds, and 1.1 steals, makes him an ideal candidate to fill a void in the Wildcats roster. In addition, his shooting numbers are remarkable: 46.9% overall and 43.7% on three-pointers, averaging 6 attempts per game. These numbers are music to any coach's ears, especially Pope, whose tactical scheme relies on accurate and reliable shooters. But Agbim is not just a scoring specialist. Analyzing his plays in recent videos, it is clear that he possesses sharp game vision and exceptional passing skills. His ability to distribute the ball quickly and find teammates in advantageous positions aligns perfectly with Pope's philosophy, which values teamwork and offensive fluidity. On a team that constantly seeks to create opportunities for every player on the court, Agbim could be the maestro needed to orchestrate the Wildcats' offense. His versatile profile would allow him to not only contribute as a playmaker, but also take on defensive responsibilities and even surprise with aggressive drives when necessary. Another interesting factor about Agbim is his academic and athletic background. After attending junior college before arriving at Wyoming, he gained extra experience that grants him an additional year of college basketball eligibility. This detail could be decisive for programs like Kentucky, which seek to maximize the immediate impact of their recruits without compromising their long-term future. For Agbim, joining a renowned institution like Kentucky would represent a unique opportunity to showcase his talent on a bigger stage, while directly contributing to the team's ambitious goals. While the Wildcats' immediate focus is on a matchup with Troy and, subsequently, the NCAA tournament, the search for key players in the transfer portal demonstrates the strategic vision of Pope and his coaching staff. The coach has distinguished himself by his ability to identify underrated talent and integrate them effectively into the Wildcats system. This approach has paid off in previous seasons, and now, in a highly competitive landscape of college basketball, it becomes even more crucial. Agbim's arrival on Kentucky's radar is just one example of the meticulous selection process the program is conducting. Every move in the transfer portal is calculated, each name thoroughly evaluated to ensure there is a synergy between the player's profile and the team's needs. And given Pope's track record of successfully transforming promising athletes into nationally recognized stars, it's hard not to see a positive scenario if Agbim decides to don the blue and white uniform. As fans eagerly watch the next few weeks filled with speculation and announcements, it is clear that Kentucky is determined to have the best on their team. Jamori Macklin's name has become increasingly relevant, and the news surrounding the veteran receiver is cause for optimism for the Wildcats. After a start to the season marked by adjustments and adaptations, Macklin seems to finally be finding his natural space, offering the team a vertical dimension that could be decisive for the near future. Macklin's trajectory in 2024 was a clear example of how well-seized opportunities can transform player. A transfer from North Texas with an impressive background, including a 1,000-yard season through the air, he arrived in Lexington as one of the big prospects in the recruiting portal. However, his transition was not without its challenges. Most of Macklin's offensive snaps so far have come in the slot, a position that, although crucial, was not exactly where he shined in the past. Injuries to Barion Brown and Dane Key, however, have opened the door for Macklin to return to his natural position on the edge of the field in the X and Z roles. And the impact has been immediate. 7 receptions for 224 yards and 4 touchdowns in the last 4 games. A performance that not only reflects talent, but also resilience and preparation. Macklin himself recognizes that the secret lies in the mindset. Opportunities, that's all it takes for me. All I need is opportunities, and I know I'm going to get them, he said in a recent interview. His statement carries the confidence of someone who knows that hard work will always pay off. Playing out of the slot, after all, is something he is familiar with. It was in that position that he built his reputation at North Texas, being a consistent threat in the passing game. Now, with the possibility of assuming a more permanent role on the edge in 2025, Macklin positions himself as a highly reliable vertical target for the Wildcats, capable of creating explosive plays and changing the course of games. The scenario described by head coach Mark Stoops also contributes to this positive outlook. While there is a clear emphasis on returning to the program's roots, with an approach that prioritizes the running game and physical control, creating explosive plays remains essential. In this context, Macklin emerges as a key player. With Alabama transfer Kendrick Law and potentially Clemson's Troy Stellato taking over slot responsibilities, the veteran receiver can focus on exploiting defenders on the sidelines, giving the Wildcats a lethal weapon in decisive moments. In addition, the competitive mentality of Macklin and his teammates is another highlight. Kentucky's wide receiver group is determined to prove itself, with each player bringing with them a personal motivation. For Macklin, that motivation comes from a previous season that did not live up to his expectations in the NFL. God has different plans for all of us, and I'm just trusting in his plans, he said, revealing a maturity that extends beyond the field. This attitude is shared by the entire receiving room, driven by Coach LaDamian Washington, who insists that the group should see itself as the best in the country. This spirit of collective overcoming promises to elevate the team's performance level in 2025. He represents both the physical and mental strength that defines the Wildcats' DNA and the ability to evolve and reinvent themselves when necessary. With the 2025 season on the horizon, the veteran receiver has the chance to solidify his legacy and help Kentucky reach new heights. In a sport where details make all the difference, Jamori Macklin could very well be the difference the Wildcats needed. And what will football be like this year? Comment below.